Recording. Okay, so come into a comfortable seated position. Comfortable seated position on the floor. And maybe you'll have the soles of your feet together. And the palms resting down tonight on your knees. Palm resting down. And start straight away by relaxing your jaw. Don't need any tension in the jaw area. Finding that breath, so deep inhales in through the nose, complete exhales out of the nose. Really deep inhales, inhaling right to the very, very top of yourself, filling every single part of your breath. And complete exhale, so using this opportunity to come onto your mat, into your body. Maybe extending the exhale ever so slightly. Eyes can stay closed. Breathe in a way that expands your ribs from side to side. Feel the capacity that we have in that area of the body, the heart space. Feel the way the breath can lift the skin even around the shoulders. And add some length to the spine, lifting up through the nape of the neck. Shoulders are heavy down away from the ears, still breathing in a way that expands the rib cage area. Strong inhales, complete exhales. Let's look at the eyes open. And bring your left hand to the floor, right next to the left hip, so in line with the left hip. Take a little bend into the elbow, fingers spread wide, really in line with it, about half a foot away from the hip. Let your left ear drop towards your left shoulder. So we're gazing forward, we're not tilting the head down. We're side bending, so it's the side bend and the neck release. We want to get into that right side of your neck. So this left shoulder, your left, it's your right shoulder shouldn't be creeping up. You want the shoulders to sit square, moving down away from the body. We're not going to go too far into this one. We're just going to spend a few breaths like this on both sides. So still feel the weight of your body with this left hand. We're pushing the ground away to be able to still have that length in the spine that we're looking for. And still with that breath. We're going to use the cup of the left hand to lift the head back up. So place this left hand onto the left ear and then lift the head up. Inhale in. Exhale here. Repeat on the other side. Right hand goes down, drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. Let the neck go. Just feel the breath moving across that area of the body. And even expand a little bit, a little bend in that right arm. Just realized that because I've tilted my camera at a different angle this time, I'm not sure where the actual camera bit is. If my eyes are looking all over it, because I'm trying to find the little camera bit on my notebook. I don't know where it is. I'll just look at all four corners. Okay, let's place this right hand under the right ear Lift the head back up. We're going to take a soft forward fold using an exhale. So long inhale and exhale. Forward fold. Really find that length in the spine. Reaching the collarbone forward. Inhale to walk the hands back in. Lift the body up. Come onto your backs. We're going to go straight into abs. Straight into our abs. So feet up above the hips. Interlace your fingers. Put them under the base of your skull. Let the head be heavy in the hands. So the head is lifted, but it's heavy in the hands. Scooping the shoulders and the elbows up towards the ceiling. We're going to take a bend in the legs. So we're creating this 90-degree shape. We want to keep that as much as possible. Elbow to knee with a slight variation. Take a deep inhale. Hold that breath. Tuck the tailbone up, and as we exhale, we extend the right leg. Twist up and over, not too much of a twist, more of a lift towards the left hand thigh. Quick check that left knee is over the left hip, and then we're going to tap the right hand towards the left ankle. And then inhale, come back to center, square the knees over the hips, hold that breath. Tuck tailbone up off the floor. Exhale, extend left leg. Twist over towards your right hand thigh. Little tap, left hand towards right wrist. And then inhale, we bring it back to center. Deep inhale here. It's a rest breath. Hold that breath. Tuck tailbone up off the floor. Exhaling, extend right leg. Twist up and over towards left hand side. Check that left knee is over that left hip. Tap right hand towards left ankle. Feel that crunch. Then inhale, come back to center. Square the knees over the hips. Hold the breath. Tuck tailbone up off floor. Exhale, extend left leg. Twist over towards right hand side. Little tap at that right ankle. We're going to up level now. Inhale, come back to center. Square knees over hips. Hold the breath. Tuck tailbone up off floor. Exhale, extend right leg. Twist up and over towards that left hand thigh. Tap right hand towards that left ankle. Come back to center. Keep the knee where it is. Then send left knee further away from the body. Right leg still extending. Left leg is still bent, but that knee is a couple of inches towards the bottom of the mat. Then inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath. Tuck tailbone up off floor. Exhale, extend left leg. Twist up and over towards your right hand thigh. Little tap. Left hand to right ankle. Bring it back to center. Keep the knee bent. Right knee is bent. Then right knee 2 inches away from you. Feel that come into the lower abs. We're going to hold it. And then inhale. Use an inhale back to center. Let's do that again. Hold the breath. Tuck tailbone up off floor. Exhale, extend right leg. Twist towards that left hand thigh. Tap right hand to left ankle. Come back to center. Left knee stays bent. Right leg stays straight. Then left knee 2 inches away. Just 2 inches away. Bring it back to center. Inhale. Tuck the tailbone up off the floor. Extend left leg. Twist up and over towards right hand thigh. Tap left hand to right ankle. Inhale. Hands back into the base of the skull. Then send that right knee 2 inches further away. Let's use an inhale. Place the feet on the floor. Take a little bit of a breather. Notice the capacity of the breath has grown. Maybe our presence on our mats. Bring the feet back up above the hips. Let's do some leg drops. Reach the hands out behind you. Drop the right leg, just the right leg, so it's hovering off the floor. Head's on the floor, hands are lifted, right leg is hovering just off the floor. I'm not sure if you can, oh yeah, you can see my foot. Lift the right leg, inhale. Drop the left leg, exhale, and hold it here. Inhale, lift the left leg, little bend into both knees, little rock from side to side. Rock onto a side that feels good for you. Lift yourself up, and we're going to come straight into our Vinyasa. We're going to do a 3-part ladder series. Surrender the palms in front of you. Feel for the feet being underneath the hips. Find that deep breath again. Find your focus. Inhale. Exhale, hands meet at the heart. Inhale, reach the hands up, add some length to the spine. Exhale, draw belly button in, take a forward fold. Asana, front of the mat, let the head go, let the neck go, forward fold, complete the pose. Hands to the floor if they're not there already. Right foot's going to step back to a low lunge. We're going to start, toes tucked, my knee is stacked over my front ankle. If I want, I can sink a little deeper into this. It's your practice, go with what feels good for your body tonight. We're then going to untuck the right toes. We're going to untuck them and we're going to sink a little deeper. So we start to feel that stretch in the front right thigh. My toes are untucked. Hands come through heart to floor. Push the ground away and step back to a plank position. Nice strong planks. Shoulders over wrists, maybe a little bend in the arms just to help the stability of the shoulders. And then we're going to come down knees, chest and chin. Really lift the hips as we arch into the back and bring the chest to the floor, then the chin. Hands forward, legs back. Low cobra, nice long low cobra. So the elbows are lifted. My hands are spread wide on the mat. I'm reaching my feet towards the back of the mat, lifting my chest up. Exhale all the way to the floor. Hands into shoulders, tuck toes, and push to a down facing dog position. Down facing dog. Widen the stance of your feet so that your feet come right to the edges of your mat. So really wide, down-legged dog position. We're going to return to this through this series. We're going to take the right hand and place it somewhere on the left leg. So if you can't touch your left leg here, grab your strap, wrap it around your leg so you've got something to hold on to. We're aiming for the ankle, right down at the ankle. We're aiming to have a straight arm so that when we encourage the shoulders to be square with each other, we get this really nice opening in the back right shoulder. Breathe some space into that back right shoulder, using the pull of that back ankle, the left ankle, to create more of an opening. My left hand still supporting the position. Place the right hand back to the front of the mat, adjust the feet back to a down facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Right foot forward, low lunge at the front of the mat. Toes tucked, deep inhale and exhale, forward fold. Hips are square. Take a forward fold. Ground your feet down and use an inhale to rise. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the gaze, hands to the heart. Left side, inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot steps back, low lunge. So really feeling into each position if we can. Low lunge under Vinyasa. Moving up the legs. Going to untuck the left toes and sink maybe a little deeper. It's up to you how far you take it. Hands through heart to floor. We're coming into a low cobra. So first the plank, knees, chest, chin, and use an opening. So deep inhale. Telescope the ribs up, wrap the shoulders back and down. Really feel like you're able to pull your heart through your arms. Exhale all the way back to the floor. Hands under shoulders, tuck your toes and push to a down facing dog position. Step your feet to that wide stance. Left hand holds on to the right ankle or leg somewhere and really feel that space we're creating. The back ribs and left shoulder. Each inhale, we can try and send into that area, creating more expansion. It's already in an open position. Left hand comes back to the floor. We readjust the feet so we can step that left foot inside left hand. Low lunge, front of the mat. Inhale to raise the hands up. And exhale, take a forward fold, front of the mat. Inhale, rise to standing. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Let's keep flowing. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot steps back. Low lunge, hands up above us. Untuck the toe and sink into the lunge. Might be that you want to keep it here, or maybe you can lift that right knee up Finding that arrow lunge position. Arrow lunge. Knee down, hands down, simple twist. So we're going to tuck the right toes, lift the right knee up, and reach the left hand up above us. A simple twist, twisting with the left hand up. Bring the left hand to the floor and push back to a plank. This time we're going to add something here in our plank. So we're going to drop the knees and find a tabletop position. From tabletop, we're going to thread the needle. So we're going to thread the right hand through the left side. Right hand through left side. Come onto the fingertips of that left hand. If it feels good, we could always reach that left hand up above us. Maybe wrap it around behind us, aiming to hold on to the right thigh. My hips are staying over my knees the whole time. I'm trying to find space in the heart and shoulder area in this class. So really be mindful of that and the areas that we're working into. And place that left hand back to the floor. Come back to that tabletop. Let's go back to a plank. So we'll all meet in plank. And then we'll find our flow again. Come down, knees, chest, chin. Low cobra. Adding something here, back to the floor. Clasp the hands behind you. Come into that reverse dish position. Reaching my knuckles back. Engaging through the pads of my feet. Really lifting the chest up and peeling some space in my chest area. Lifting the sternum up as much as I can. Back to the floor. Hands under shoulders, tuck toes, push to down facing dog. Send the feet wide again in down facing dog. Right hand to left ankle. Maybe we can look under that armpit this time if you haven't already. Adding that twist, moving a little further up the body. Nice twist. Place that right hand back to the front of the mat with the left. Bring the feet back to a neutral position. Step right foot forward. Low lunge. Hands up above us. And exhale, hands through the heart to the floor. Taking a forward fold. Forward fold, front of the mat. Let the head go, let the neck go, feet close. Really root the feet down. Reach forwards and up to come to standing. Then tuck the tailbone, lift the gaze, bring the hands to the heart. Left side, inhale, hands up. Complete exhale to forward fold. Left foot steps back. Low lunge to start with. Low lunge, a little buoyancy. Then we enter the toes, sinking into the lunge, Vinyasa. Then we root down the foot at the back and the foot at the front to lift to an arrow lunge position. Arrow lunge. From arrow lunge, I'm just going to switch positions so you guys can see where I am. We're going to bring that left hand to the floor, drop the knee, and find that simple twist. So right hand comes up above us in a simple twist. Bring that right hand back down. Push back to a plank position. This is where we add something else. We're going to bring the knees to the floor. Find tabletop. Thread the left hand through that right side. So we're threading it through. And we really encourage that shoulder as far through as we can. So we get this nice opening on the back of the shoulder. Hips stay over knees. This hand can support me, or it can reach up and reach behind. Depends on where you are with your practice, where your body is tonight. Right hand comes back to the mat. Push ourselves up, step back to a plank position. And down through knees, chest, and chin. Hands forward, legs back. Nice opening low cobra that maybe gets a little deeper or a little stronger a little bit more stable with length each time we run through it. Back to the floor into that reverse dish. So clasp hands behind us, engage the legs, lift the chest. Come back to the floor, hands under shoulders, tuck your toes, push to a down facing dog position. Down facing dog with wide feet. It's the left hand that comes up and takes hold of the right ankle this time. Maybe we can gaze through the armpit, the ceiling. Left hand comes back to the mat. Bring the feet together. Step that left foot forward. Low lunge. Hands come up above us. And exhale. Hands through the heart to the floor. Take a forward fold. Forward fold, front of your mat. Let the head go in your forward fold. Root the feet down. Scoot the body forwards and up to rise to standing. Put the tailbone, hands to the heart, lift the gaze. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot steps back. We know the flow now. Lunge, hands up above us. Unhook the back foot. Sinking into Anjaneyasana and lift up into that arrow lunge position. Maybe an arrow lunge, you can send your gaze up. Maybe you can encourage that right hip to really meet with the left. Hands to the floor, coming into that simple twist. So tuck the toes, lift the right knee, and reach that left hand up above us. You can either hold it here, or if you want, we're going to spin both of the toes towards the left side of the mat. So I'm spinning my front left foot anti-clockwise, and the sole of my front left foot stays grounded, and then I'm dropping my right heel to the floor, and it's the edge of my right foot that grounds onto the mat. So I start to feel a bit more of an opening in my hips. I start to feel my shoulder having to kick in more, and maybe I can reach that left hand a little bit further back to get deep into that left shoulder girdle. We can always hold the position where we were before, or we can spin so both feet point the left side of the mat. Let's come back to being on the balls of our feet, front foot grounds, hands to the floor, and push back to a plank position. Plank position. And come down onto your knees, tabletop. Then we're going to thread that right hand through the left side, bringing that right ear towards the floor. Maybe the left hand can reach around. Left hand comes back to the floor. Push ourselves back up, back into that tabletop. Let's lift up, back to a plank. And knees, and chest, and chin. Low cobra. Back to the floor. Reverse dish. Engaging the legs right back. Hands are clasped. All the way back to the floor. Hands under shoulders. Tuck your toes. Push to down facing dog position. Send your legs wide in a down facing dog. Right hand to left ankle. And really feel that twist, but also that opening in the back of the right shoulder into the back ribs. Right hand comes back to the floor. Square the feet. We're going to add something here. We're going to step right foot forward to a crescent lunge this time. So a high lunge. Left knee is lifted. Right foot forward. Crescent lunge or high lunge. And let's take a nice little twist. We're going to twist over to the right side. Twisting over to the right side. We can use the hands, left hand on edge of right thigh, and this right hand holding on to the back of my left thigh. Nice little twist. That right shoulder really leads the position. Back to neutral. Let's take a forward fold. Forward fold, front of our mats. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, hands at the heart. Let's do that on the left side. Deep inhale, hands high. Exhale, take a forward fold. Left foot steps back. Low lunge, knee drops. Hands up. Maybe we're stacked, maybe we're sinking deeper. Untuck the toes. Push into the feet. Find arrow lunge. Maybe we're gazing up. So left hand comes to the floor, so we can find that simple twist. Left hand to the floor, simple twist. And my back left knee lifts up. So maybe you just want to hold it here, or maybe we can spin both feet to the right edge of the mat so that we feel that a little bit in the hips. And we can also send that right hand behind us and get into this itty gritty area that we can get in the chest. And then let's bring it back. Point the feet back, frame the front foot, and push back to a plank position. Nice strong planks. Come onto your knees, bend that tabletop. Spread the left hand through that space in the right. Enjoy a little opportunity to find our breath. Maybe we send the hand behind us. Place that right hand back to the floor. Lift back up, find plank again. And then knees, chest, chin. Hands forward, legs back. Low cobra, maybe lifting a little higher. Back to the floor, reverse dish. Clasp the hands behind us. Inhale, lift the body up. Really peel the shoulders back, engage the legs. We can gaze down at the mat. We can look slightly forward. Exhale as we come back to the floor, hands under shoulders, tuck toes. You can find tabletop first or push straight to down, facing dog position. Wide stance with the feet. The left hand that holds onto the right ankle this time. Left hand to right ankle. Hands back to neutral. Feet back to neutral. Left foot steps forward, it's a high lunge. Left foot forward, high lunge, bring the hands up above us. Then exhale to twist to the left. Hands back up above us, neutral. And exhale, hands through the heart, to the floor. Take a forward fold, front of your mats. Deep inhale to standing. And exhale, bring the hands to your heart space. Grab a little drink if you want a little drink. We're going to keep going. And you can come back to the front of your mats when you're ready. Feel that breath up. Chair position. Sitting into your chair, don't worry about the feet being too wide apart because we're flowing through this, we're not holding it as an asana would sometimes be held. So it's okay to have the feet about hip distance apart. Bring the hands together and send the hands a little higher. Put the tailbone, draw the belly button in, engage your shoulders. So feel what it's like to unengage them and then really engage them to feel that difference. Chair position. Deep inhale, exhale, take a forward fold. Your choice here. You can either step your feet back one at a time. We're going to flow through a vinyasa. So we're going to tuck ourselves back to a plank. Bend into the knees, engage the shoulders, tuck back, plank position. You can either knees, chest, chin, or you can try chaturanga. Shifting the weight forward, engaging shoulders in, lower down like a plank, 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 plank. You either want to send the hands forward and back, forward for a low cobra, or scoop up into an up-facing dog. See how you feel with both. Maybe you're just working with low cobra. If you're in an up-facing dog, feel the shoulders back. Again, feel for the heart, opening through, really balloon that space, but lift it at the same time. Push the ground away. Push to a down-facing dog or come back to the floor, and then find down-facing dog from low cobra. Down-facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Warrior one. So find the heel to heel alignment or slightly wider. I just step my left foot a little wider because I know my hips. Maybe that front heel is in line with the back, or maybe the right foot slightly further over the right side of the mat. Feel for the hips being forward. Check in that that front knee is over the front ankle. It's not knocking in or knocking out. Hands come up above us. Brain cradle. Interlace your fingers. Hook them under the very base of the skull. Scoop the chest up. Let the head be heavy in the hands. So remember where we're working into tonight. The chest. Lift it high. Inhale, come back through neutral. Drawing the belly button in. So as we come down, we really want this engagement in the body. So engage yourself as you come down. Ball of the back foot, hands to the floor. Push back to plank. Your choice, knees, chest, chin, or yogi push-up, chaturanga, low cobra, or up-facing dog. Back to a down-facing dog. Down-facing dog. We're going to come onto our knees, and then we're going to come flat onto our bodies. We're going to send the right arm out in a T position. So a T position with the right arm. I'm going to roll over and create an opening. My right leg stays straight. Shifted my right hand a little bit further forward there. So as I rolled over, I moved my hand a couple of inches towards the right. In a T position, so my right arm is straight. My left leg can be bent. If it's more comfortable for people to have it lifted, that's fine. My ball of my left foot is on the floor for a bit more support. What's important is you're feeling this in your right shoulder. And roll back to neutral. Bring the hands under the shoulders. You can either here lift to a low cobra, or if you're working with an up-facing dog, feel that shift. Tuck the toes, scoop the body forwards and up, and lift yourself with strength into that up-facing dog position. Roll the shoulders back, telescope the ribs up, engage the glutes and all the muscles in the legs. Keep pushing the ground away from you. If you want to come down, you can come down first, or push straight to a down-facing dog, keeping that strength in the arms and in the shoulders. Then wrap the shoulders around the body. Down-facing dogs. So in our down-facing dog, we're just going to play with a bit of shoulder work, strength work here. We're going to see if we can do a bit of shrugging. So when we're shrugging, just to feel what it's like to sink. But don't just drop yourself into it. Be quite conscious of your sink. You don't want to hurt yourself, of course. So we're just sinking and pushing, just to feel what that length is like and how it feels to always hold it. So once we've found that push, and we feel the tiny, tiny muscles in the back ribs kick in to have to hold us there, then hold that feeling in down-facing dog. So no idle or too relaxed down-facing dogs is what I'm saying. Going down-facing dog. We're going to step the right foot forward to a crescent lunge. So right foot forward, high lunge, crescent lunge, hands at the buttocks. And we're going to create robot arms, or goalpost arms, I should say. In our goalpost arms, though, we're going to lift them a bit higher. So they're not fully locked in this shape. They're going to kind of be lifting. And we're going to really lift the body up as we do. When we lift the body up, the whole of the back leg kicks in to look after the lower spine. I'm reaching up and I'm really adding this long back bend. I'm not sinking into it. It's a long back bend. We're going to hold it for a few breaths. And then we're going to use those muscles, core muscles, come back to neutral, high lunge. We're going to jump into a chair, not jump, we're going to consciously hop into a chair position at the front of our mats again. Chair position, front of the mat, little tug of the tailbone. Maybe we can look up at the hands, almost above the head, and forward fold. Forward fold. Hop, step or jump back to a plank position. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale up, facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, down, facing dog. The left foot that's going to step forward this time. Warrior one. Warrior one, left foot forward. It's a forward in our warrior ones. Front knee is over front ankle. Brain cradle, interlace the fingers. Hook them strongly with connection under the base of the skull. Lift the chest up, engage the shoulders. Lifting the chest. Pushing the hands into the head like it's really lifting it up. Root both feet. Inhale, come back to neutral, hands to the floor. Tuck the foot at the back, push back to plank, and then come down onto your knees, onto your chest, all the way to the floor. It's the left hand that's reaching out this time, making that T shape with the arm. We're going to roll over, and as we do, we shuffle the fingers, the whole left side, a couple of inches. Again, a really nice opportunity to find your breath, to feel into the space that we're working into tonight. Nice. So it's the palm of your hand that's on the floor on the left side, holding that T shape. Nice. And yeah, you can do what you want with that right hand, that's good. Going to roll back to neutral. Hands under shoulders. Finding a low cobra or little tug of the toes to shift the body forward and lift into an up facing dog. And then we'll exhale and all meeting down facing dog position. Finding that strength again in the body. We're not sinking into the position. Stepping the left foot forward, high lunge, crescent lunge, hips are square, hands up above the body. And opening up again. So we're creating that really nice goal pose position. And feel the space as well that we're getting into the right hip as we lift the body up. We're keeping the hips square, we're lifting, we're lifting. We're going to hold it here. And then let's bring ourselves carefully back to neutral and step this right foot forward, back to a chair position. Chair position. Deep inhale, bring the hands up above the head. Exhale, straighten the legs. Bring the hands by the sides of the body. Interlace the hands behind you. Take a slightly wider stance, not feet to the edge of the mat. Just slightly wider. A little bend in the knees, and we're going to take a forward fold. So inhale, open the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Enjoy the space in the chest, but also in the upper back. And close the eyes. Time to reconnect with your breath. Take a deep bend in the knees. Tickle that tickle the hands to the floor. That's what I mean, yeah. Tickle the hands to the floor and scoot yourself all the way back to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's keep moving. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, take a forward fold. Right foot steps back, straight into a high lunge position. Right foot back, high lunge. We're going to twist in our high lunge to the left side. Twisting to the left side. Really rotate the ribs, so feel the rib section of the body rotate around and keep lifting that right hip to adjust accordingly. So we're going to take 2 breaths. Well, we're going to take an inhale and we're going to take an exhale and we're going to find a warrior 2. So as we inhale, the hands come up above the body, and as we exhale, we ground the right heel and we open the hips, and we're in a warrior 2 with the left foot forward. Warrior 2, left foot forward. So there's a couple of options here. We can either level 1, trace the right hand down the back leg and reach the left hand up and over, reverse warrior. Level 2 is we can bring the right forearm to the base of the skull, and again, work with the same. Level 3 is we create a bind using the strap or using our hands, creating a bind and arch our arms. With our arch our arms, maintaining that position with the legs, we're opening up the chest. So we'll really feel this in that right shoulder. We don't want to shrink the lower back, so keep the length in your spine. Whether you've got arch your arms or a forearm, resting in the base of the spine. And then we're going to inhale, come back to neutral. Feeling the heat building up in that left thigh. Let's hold the position, warrior 2. So again, your choice, whichever level you want to do tonight. You're either going to bring the left forearm onto your thigh and reach that right hand up. And notice this line, a diagonal line that runs all the way down. So I'm creating length. I'm not letting that left shoulder creep up by my ear. I'm pushing it away. If that's okay for you, reach the right hand up and then bring the left hand to the floor. So if at any point you forward fold, take a step back. We don't want to forward fold here. We want to be able to look up and see the ceiling. Remember that we're working into the chest. We don't want to close it. If this is okay for you, you could take a bind here, squeezing that left elbow behind, and then anti-clockwise the left hand and taking hold of the right wrist. So still remember we're opening. Balloon the chest forward and reach the collarbone to the front of the mat, maybe sending your gaze up. Release the right hand to the floor, frame the front foot, and come onto the ball of the back foot. So left foot forward, we're framing the front foot, and then we're going to step back to a plank position. And knees, the chest, and chin, hands forward, legs back, low cobra. Let's hold low cobra. Come all the way back to the floor, shuffle the hands a little closer in. Tuck the toes at the back and then walk the feet back a little longer. So we're creating length in the legs. Keep the grip, untuck the toes, lift up Bhujangasana, so a cobra position. My elbows are going to stay bent until I'm fully confident that my back is warm enough. All lifting through my ribs. As the ribs lift, the shoulders don't. The shoulders move down as the ribs lift. Exhale, come all the way back to the floor. Hands under shoulders if they're not there already. Tuck your toes and push mindfully with length in the spine to lay down, facing dog position. Right foot steps forward. Let's move straight into our other side, so our left side. Right foot forward. And we're going to twist to the right side. Twisting to the right side. Present lunge with twist, right foot forward. We're going to use an inhale and an exhale to find our warrior 2. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, keep that right knee steady over the right ankle. Warrior two. So your choice again, whether you trace the hand down to find that reverse warrior. Maybe the forearm sits at the base of the spine, right down at the sacrum, and we reach the hand over. Or maybe we catch the hands behind us in arch our arms or with use of a strap. Inhale, come back through neutral, back to that warrior two. Shoulders down, away from the ears, gaze is over that front right hand. And then let's go for the other part of it. So we're going to bring the right forearm there. Maybe the shoulder can move down away from the ear. Maybe right hand can come inside right foot. Maybe we can create a bind. Rolling up and open. Keeping that right knee over the right ankle, and really don't allow the body to forward fold. Use the thigh, use the upper right arm, and you can kind of push it into the inside of that right leg to open up the position. And if you are taking hold of that left hand or wrist, you can pull it to really open the left side of the upper body as well. Let's look down. Bring both hands to the floor. Come onto the ball of the back foot so we can square off the hips again. And push the ground away to send that right foot back to a plank position. And knees, soften it. Chest and chin. We're on the floor. Take a little bend into your knees. So this is where some of you may need a block, or maybe a strap. Or maybe you're comfortable reaching back one at a time. Or if you can, lift the chest and see if you can reach back and grab both feet at the same time. So we're going to hold this for 4 breaths. And then it's kind of up to you what you do. After 4 breaths of holding it, maybe you want to play around with holding the position without holding the legs. So we're not using the grasp of the legs to keep us in the position. We're using the muscles in the back and in the chest to lift ourselves up. So let's hold on to the feet and count 4 breaths here. And let's go for 4 breaths without holding on if you want. And relax. Place the hands under the shoulders. Send the knees wider on your mat. Push back to an extended child pose. So the hips lift, my knees are wide. Sitting back into my heels, bring the heart to the floor. Reach the hands out in front of you and forehead to the floor too. Imagine like I'm pushing down on your sacrum here. Imagine like you're rooting that sacrum and reaching the hands forward to create that length in the lower back. Inhale, walk the hands in, lift the body up. So we've got an apex and it's wheel tonight. So there's different ways of playing around with wheel. You can come into a half bridge. So you could start, feet nice and close to the body, working with lifting the hips up. This might be enough for you tonight. If it is, just work with interlacing your hands under your body, maybe some little lifts to keep a little bit of flow moving into the position. If that's feeling good for you, bring your feet nice and close, invert your fingers, and come to a full wheel. Pushing into the hands. When the hands are connected, we really push to lift up. So this might be nice for you to hold. Often people say to me, what's the benefit of coming onto your tiptoes? So often I've said that it's more of an aesthetic thing, but what it actually allows us to do is open the heart more. So as I'm coming onto my toes, I I can really create quite a lot of space in my chest as I try and move my heart through my upper arms, opening my shoulders in a huge, very deep way, stretching into my whole front line. Maybe it's enough just to have grounded feet. Maybe after all that, you want to come down into a forearm wheel. Head to the floor first, forearms connect, and then we push to our forearm wheel. Come out a bit, the head comes to the floor again. One at a time, you place the hands onto the floor. You push back up, tuck the chin in, and slowly come down. Have a go, everyone. I'm going to check these are all doing all right. Play around with it. It's really nice coming on to the toes. Be mindful of your lower back when you do, and holding something like this for 8 to 10 breaths is a really nice amount of time to work towards. You can hold it for a lot longer than that if you do want. Really feel for where you're sending the breath. That's really beautiful. I've got a silhouette of you doing it, Rachel Robson. It looks lovely. The light behind you. Nice. So really push. So having your feet nice and close, even when you lift the hips, so you can always shuffle your feet closer from them when you lift the hips up like you are. Yeah. It does create a deeper backbone when you go, but it helps that support. Really open the chest, arm back. Nice. See a few of you are going back to it and doing it again, which is nice. And come in and out of it as much as you like. Okay. And when you're ready, let's come back to a comfortable seated position. Place the hands onto the ribs and close the eyes and just take a few breaths, expanding the ribs from side to side. Feel that inhale and that exhale move through the whole body. And placing the hands back onto the knees. If you want to get anything warm to come down onto the floor, we're going to come down onto the floor. We're not. We are in a minute. We're going to come into Malasana, a squat. Quick Malasana. I tricked you, thought it was over. So just to open up the lower back, and your squat might be down on the floor, it might be lifted, it might be here. You might be working with a squat here, whatever feels good for you right now. If you do want to come onto your tiptoes and squat and just play around with that feeling, you're totally welcome to do that here. Because we're not working into opening the hips, we're just giving the back a little bit of relief. So whatever feels good for you, if you want to move around in it, bounce in it, pull the knees apart. And then we are going to come onto our sit bones. We are going to come onto the floor. We're going to stay there for a little while. You're going to get a drink. Say a little while, it won't be more than 5 minutes. We'll finish on time. Come onto your backs. Happy baby, dead bug pose. Lift the feet up. Baby's definitely much nicer, isn't it? Take a little bend into the knees and allow the knees to come wide. It might just be comfortable for you holding on to the backs of the thighs. Maybe you want to bring the soles of the feet up and take hold of the outside of the feet. Maybe you're enjoying the deep stretches tonight and you want to extend the legs straight. That's fine too. Keeping the knees bent will just be a slightly more relaxing position for you. Relax your jaw. Let your shoulders soften. Let your breath slowly become natural. And carefully bring the feet towards the floor. And we're either going to lie in a refined Baddha-Konasana or cover, butterfly, whatever you might call it. Or you can extend the legs without knocking your glass of water over, which I've done many times recently. If you are extending the legs, a little tuck of the tailbone is quite nice, just like as if you're coming into a half bridge, just tuck the tailbone. Let's place our right hand, this is optional, onto the stomach area and left hand onto the heart area. Just breathe deeply into both those hands. Complete inhales and complete exhales. This is your time to relax. I'd like you to close your eyes and let the whole body soften. And the breath has become natural, still filling the whole body, still warm. Still aware of what's going on around it. Mostly we can tune in with, connect to what's going on first inside. Not to be anything too deep, just a physical level that works for you, just the rise and the fall of the body in the areas of heat or cool, maybe even the sound of your own breath. Allow yourself to be fully supported by the ground underneath you, every part of yourself. The eyeballs roll really soft. Bringing the breath, the more conscious breath, back into your body. Deep inhales into those areas again. Moving the fingers, moving the toes. Maybe rocking the head from side to side. Maybe bringing the knees together or placing the soles of the feet on the floor. A little squeeze of the knees in towards the body. Might feel nice for you. A little rock from side to side or back and forward, anything feels nice for you right now. And when you're ready, rolling over onto one side, using the touch of the hands, maybe keeping the eyes closed, and lift yourself back up to Sukhasana, comfortable seated position. A few more breaths to honor the practice. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.
Question, Rosie.
Oh yeah, let me stop recording for you. You want to stop?